Good morning, students. Now coming to sub-aerial stem modifications. You know, stems are of three types: underground stems, aerial stems, and sub-aerial stems. Okay. So you know, in some plants, stems are present partly underground and partly aerial. That is, a part of the stem present inside the ground, a part of the stem present outside the stem. Such type of stems are called subaerial stems. Okay. So the permanent structural changes that occur in subaerial stems to perform some additional functions along with normal functions suitable for environment. Such permanent structural changes occurring in subaerial stems are called subaerial stem modifications. Okay. So these subaerial stem modifications, they are four types. One, runners. Okay. Runners. Second modification, this is stolons. Okay. And third subaerial stem modification, this is suckers. Okay. And fourth and last subaerial stem modification, this is offsets. Okay. In this way, there are total four types of subaerial stem modifications. One is runners, second one is stolons, third one is suckers, and fourth one is offsets. Now coming to one by one, definitions and examples. First coming to runners. Students, you know, underground stems in case of strawberry, okay, underground stems in strawberry and some grasses, okay, and subaerial stems in oxalis. They produce new niches, okay, they produce new niches. These produce new niches. When the older portions of these plants are dying, because of the death of older tissues or disintegration of older tissues, automatically these niches they get separated from the mother plant and they lead an independent life. Thus, they help in vegetative propagation. They help in vegetative propagation. For example, in case of oxalis, this is the stem. Stem is creeper, and you will notice much rooted into the soil like this. Now this node is also produce some leaves opposite to the root systems like this. Opposite to the lines. When the internodes they break off from the mother cell, automatically this node with the roots and leaves they lead in independent life. In this way, this is much rooted at each and every node with opposite leaves. When the internodes they break off from the mother plant, automatically these new niches means nodes, okay, nodes with roots and leaves, they lead an independent life. Thus, they help in vegetative reproduction. They are the best examples. One is strawberry and grasses. In these two plants, underground stem produce niches. And another one, oxalis, stem is creeps on the surface of ground. Every node is also much rooted into the soil and also produce a group of leaves towards upper side. When the internodes they break off from the mother plant, automatically these nodes with leaves and roots they lead an independent life. This is runners. Okay. Now coming to the second one, this is stolons. Generally stolons they are present in nerium, okay, nerium and jasmine, jasminum, scientific name jasminum, English word jasmine. So in case of nerium and jasmine, stolons are there. This stolons principle, it is the important. Stolons is the main principle in raising the plants vegetatively by the method of layering. By the method of layering. So, which principles play very significant role in the raising of the plants vegetatively by layering? That is stolons. For example, this is ground surface. Okay. Here stem is partly aerial and partly underground. This is aerial part of the stem and this is underground part of the stem, and here these are the root systems. So some branches which are developed from lower nodes of the stem, they grow, they arches downwardly. Okay, some branches which are developed from the lower part of the stem, they arches downwardly and grow obliquely and touch the soil, and then this branch it becomes airy like this. Okay. Some branches which are present in lower nodes of the stem, they are arches downwardly, grows positively geotropic manner and touch the soil, later it becomes airy. Okay, later it becomes airy like this. Okay, the part of the branch where it touch the soil, it produces some amount of roots. It produces number of roots where the branches touches to the soil. Similarly, when these branches they break off from the mother plant because of any reason, when they get separated from the mother plant, this slender identical branch with the roots and the leaves, it lead an independent life. Thus, also help in vegetative propagation. This is the branch that develops from the lower nodes of the stem, lower nodes of aerial stem, that arches downwardly, touch the soil, and it produces root systems. When this branch break off from the mother plant, when it gets separated from the mother plant, this branch with the leaves and roots it lead an independent life. Such aerial branches, they are considered as stolons. Some of the examples for these stolons, nerium and jasmine and nerium and jasmine. This is the basic principle in raising the plants vegetatively by the process of layering. This is the basic principle in layering method. Now coming to third one, this is suckers. Okay. So generally suckers are present in chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum indicum, chamanthi. Okay, chrysanthemum indicum, chamanthi, and is also present in some mint plants, mentha, mint plants, mentha viridis, mint plants. So in this type of plants, here also stem is partly aerial and partly underground, like this. This is aerial part of the stem. This is the aerial part of the stem, and this is underground part, and these are the roots. Okay. So here some branches which are developed from underground part of the stem. For example, this is underground part of the stem, and this is a root system. Some branches which are developed from underground part of the stem, they grow obliquely in upward direction. and travels inside the soil up to a certain height. Then these branches later they become aerial like this. These branches later they become aerial. So these branches also produce some amount of root systems where it is present inside the soil. Where it is present inside the soil. So the root systems are generally present in the entire length of the branch that is present inside the soil. But what about the placement of root systems in case of stolons? Root systems are present only the part of the branch where it touches the soil. But in case of suckers, number of adventitious roots are also developed in entire length of the branch inside the soil. And later these branches they get separated, then they become aerial. So when these branches they are separated from the mother plant because of any reasons inside the soil, such a branch with the roots and leaves, it lead an independent life. So students, stolons and suckers they are the slender branches. But what is the difference between the stolon and suckers? The first difference, original difference. Stolons they are originated from the lower part of the stem. The stolons are developed from aerial part of the stem. Okay, but suckers are developed from underground part of the stem. Stolons they are arches downwardly. They grow obliquely in they are positively geotropic manner, but suckers develop positively phototropic manner. It contains root systems where it touches the soil only. It contains number of roots, entire length of the branch present inside the soil. Examples Nerium jasmine, and examples for the suckers Mentha viridis and Chrysanthemum indica. Now coming to the other modification, this is offsets. So this type of offsets they are generally present in free floating hydrophytes. Okay, free floating hydrophytes. What type of plants they are considered as free floating hydrophytes? Best examples for this free floating hydrophytes, one is Pistia and Eichhornia. Pistia and Eichhornia. This Eichhornia, this is also called water hyacinth, terror of Bengal. So here, for example, this is water surface, and in this type of plants, stem is reduced into a biconvex shaped disc-like structure. Stem is reduced, and these stems also produce number of leaves in rosette manner towards the upper side. In rosette manner towards the upper side. Okay, there the leaves, and is also produce number of balancing roots towards the lower side like this. They are balancing roots. Okay, and these balancing roots they also contain root pockets. This is root pockets. Already know root pockets and the nature of root pockets. So these root pockets they maintain buoyancy of the plant inside the water. Buoyancy of the plant means it helps in balancing of the plant. Similarly, the axillary buds present in reduced stem, they produce single internodal horizontal branches. Now, these branches are also terminates into upper rosette leaves and lower root systems with root pockets. These single internodal horizontal branches developed from the reduced stem in these hydrophytes. Such branches are called offsets. Now these offsets they mean these offsets they lead an independent life. Thus they help in vegetative propagation. They help in vegetative propagation. Students, these are superior stem modifications. One as example strawberry grasses and axes. Two, stolons, medium jasmine, lay, and 3. Succus, chrysanthemum, mentha. 4. Opsites, free floating hydrophytes like pistia and icordia. Okay.